It began on a quiet Tuesday. Above the blue skies of Earth, something appeared. Something not made by humans. It was smooth, silver, and silent. A ship, alien and beautiful, hovered over the Pacific Ocean. People around the world stopped what they were doing. The news flashed everywhere. We are not alone. The ship made no threats. No weapons came out. Instead, a soft light shone from its side, and a message began playing in every human language. We come as friends. We come in peace. Let us talk. For a moment, the world froze. Governments panicked. Military jets scrambled, but the ship didn't move. It didn't attack. It only waited. After long hours of silence and fear, the leaders of Earth answered back. They sent a signal. We accept. Let us meet. That day, history changed forever. The meeting took place in orbit on the International Space Station. The aliens called themselves the Sci-Fi. Tall, thin, and glowing faintly, they looked like walking crystal. Their voices were like soft wind, and they smiled often. We have watched Earth for many years, their leader said. You are ready. Ready for what? Ready to join the stars. They explained the Galactic Alliance, a group of over 30 species working together, trading, sharing, living in peace. We want Earth to join us, the Sci-Fi said. Together, we will grow stronger. The leaders of Earth were cautious but hopeful. There were questions, of course, many questions, but the dream of peace, of belonging in the galaxy, was too powerful. Soon the first humans were sent to space. Diplomats, scientists, soldiers. They were welcomed warmly. They visited alien cities, saw strange worlds, and learned new technologies. Earth was no longer alone. But not everyone was happy. In a hidden corner of the Earth government, Agent Kara Lynn watched the reports closely. She didn't trust the Sci-Fi, she didn't trust the smiles. There was something too perfect about it all. These aliens show us only what they want us to see, she told her commander. We're guests, not equals. Stay quiet, he warned. We need allies, don't make enemies. So she watched and waited. On a cold moon called Relics, a team of human engineers worked with alien builders. They were building a communication tower. Simple work, peaceful work, until the accident. One human worker fell from a high beam. His safety suit should have saved him, but the system failed. He hit the ground and died instantly. The aliens said it was a technical error. They apologized. But when the human engineers checked the system, they found something strange. The wires had been cut. Word of the accident reached Earth. The media didn't say much. It was just an unfortunate mistake. But Carolyn got a copy of the full report. She studied it for hours. Someone wanted him dead, she whispered. But why? Back on Earth, the United Nations celebrated. Flags waved, speeches were given. The President of Earth, a new role made after first contact, gave a powerful message. The universe is vast, but we are no longer small. Earth walks among the stars, not as a child, but as a friend. People cheered. Hope filled the world. No. One saw the other message that came that night. It didn't go to Earth's leaders. It went to a private channel, deep inside a hidden government base. From an unknown source, only one line of text appeared. You are being watched. Don't trust the Sci-Fi. They lied to us too. In the dark, far from Earth, a Sci-Fi ship drifted through space. Inside, two alien figures spoke quietly. Have the humans accepted our hand? One asked. Yes, said the other. They believe we are their friends. Good, the first replied. Let them grow comfortable. Let them share everything. And when the time is right. He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need. To back on Earth, Agent Kara Lynn looked at the stars through her office window. Something wasn't right. She could feel it. They came offering peace. They came with soft words, but something in her gut said otherwise, and soon. The truth would come. The galaxy seemed calm. Earth was a new star in the Great Alliance. Humans walked among other species, sharing ideas and stories, but peace is often just a mask. Agent Carolyn sat in a dark room deep inside Earth's most secret building. Around her, monitors showed messages, maps, and quiet spaces. She had been watching the Silari and other aliens. For weeks, something didn't feel right. Tonight, her patience was about to pay off. A strange message arrived on her secure channel. It was not like the usual greetings or official talks. It was a recording. Hidden voices. Aliens speaking in a language Kara only partly understood. "We cannot trust the humans," one said. "They think we are their friends," whispered another. "Use them until they bleed." A third voice added coldly, "Break them when they are weak, then take their secrets." Kara's heart pounded. She listened again and again. This was not friendship. This was a plan. She showed the recording to her commander, Colonel Reyes. He frowned deeply. "If this is true, then everything we built is a lie." Kara nodded. "We need to tell the leaders. Earth must be ready." But the colonel shook his head. "Not yet. We must confirm this first. If we raise alarm too soon, we lose our chance to act." Kara understood. The danger was bigger than she thought. Meanwhile, on the alien homeworld of Solari, their leaders gathered in a shining hall. They spoke in quiet voices about Earth. "Our new friends are useful," said one. "Yes," said another. "But they are weak. We must watch closely." A younger alien spoke up. "But they learn fast. They build weapons quickly." The leader smiled thinly. "That is why we must control them. Let them believe in friendship. Let them think they are strong." Back on Earth, the media showed only smiles and peace. Children laughed as they played with alien toys brought from other worlds. Scientists celebrated new discoveries. Politicians spoke about unity. But behind closed doors, Kara's team worked, day and night. They tracked stolen technology, alien ships entering secret bases, mysterious disappearances. One night, a young analyst burst into Kara's office. "We found something," she said, breathless. "An encrypted message from a spy inside." "The Alliance." Kara leaned forward. "Can we decode it?" The analyst nodded. Minutes later, the room was filled with a harsh voice speaking in broken English. "Humans are weak. Use them for your war. Break their trust. Then strike." Kara's eyes widened. "This is worse than we thought." At a gala celebrating the Alliance, Earth's president stood tall. "We must believe in peace," she said. "We must trust each other." The crowd applauded. But Kara watched from the shadows. She knew the real war was not on any battlefield. Yet, it was here, in whispers and secrets. The next day, Kara received a warning from an unknown source. "Watch the soldiers," the message said. "Some of them don't fight for Earth." Kara's mind raced. Could the aliens have spies on Earth? Could they control people? She began to investigate the military carefully. Late at night, in a secret base, Kara met with Captain Amir, a trusted soldier. "We have to act fast," she said. "The Alliance is not what it seems." Amir nodded. "I trust you. Let's find the truth." Together, they planned a risky mission. They would follow a secret ship believed to be carrying stolen Earth technology. If they were right, the Alliance was hiding more than friendship. As the sun set over Earth, Kara looked at the stars. The peaceful sky felt darker now. The whispers behind closed doors had started, and soon the world would see the real face of the galaxy. The stars were cold and distant as the human team landed on the distant planet called Zerath. It was a rocky, dark world, far from Earth. The mission was simple: deliver supplies and help the local colony. Peaceful work, or so they thought. Captain. Amir led the team. He was strong, smart, and careful. The humans had grown confident since joining the Galactic Alliance. They believed their new friends were truly allies, but they were wrong. The first sign of trouble came at night. Strange shadows moved in the distance. The team's sensors picked up faint signals not from the Alliance, not from Earth. Something was watching. "We're not alone," whispered Amir. The team tightened their grip on their weapons. They knew the peace was fragile. Suddenly, a loud explosion shook the base. The humans rushed outside. The supply depot was burning. The attackers were invisible and fast. The humans fought back, but were outnumbered. The aliens behind the attack were unlike anything they had seen. Shifting shapes, using strange weapons that hurt, but left no marks. One by one, the team was picked off. By dawn, only one human remained alive. Private Lee crawled back to the ship, his body broken, his mind racing. He sent a weak message. They wanted us dead. This was no accident. The Alliance betrayed us. When Earth received the message, panic spread quickly. How could the Alliance turn on humans? The leaders demanded answers, but the Silari denied everything. Agent Kara Lin was called in. She studied the attack carefully. Someone wants to start a war, she said. And they want Earth to look weak. Her team found evidence that the attackers had used weapons made from stolen human technology. Why would they do this? Kara asked. Her deputy replied, to hide their own secrets, to blame us for failure. On. The Alliance Council, voices rose in anger. Some members said humans were careless and weak. Others whispered that Earth was becoming too powerful. The Solari leader spoke quietly. We must keep control. Earth is valuable, he said, but dangerous if left unchecked. Back on Earth, the government faced a crisis. The broken trust shattered the dream of peace, but humanity was not ready to give up. Build the fleet, the president ordered. We will protect our own. In secret, Earth began working on new warships, faster, stronger, deadlier. Meanwhile, Captain Amir lay injured in a medical ship, haunted by what he had seen. They smiled at us, he told Kara. But they never planned to be friends. Kara nodded. We must be ready for war. The Alliance was never our home. The skies of Earth looked peaceful again. But below, the wheels of war were turning. The broken pact could not be fixed. And soon, humanity would have to fight not just for survival, but for respect. The galaxy was changing fast. The alliance that once seemed friendly now felt cold and dangerous. On Earth, whispers of war grew louder, but nothing prepared humanity for the nightmare that was coming. On a distant planet called Virex, humans had built a small colony. It was a quiet place, far from the main worlds. Farmers, scientists, and families lived there, hoping for peace. Then one day the colony went silent. No messages, no calls for help, just silence. Earth tried to send a rescue team. They sent a ship with soldiers and scientists to check, but the ship never returned. The last signal was a short, broken message. They came. We fought. But the rest was lost. Back on Earth, fear spread like wildfire. Who or what was attacking human colonies? Was it the Silari or another enemy? No one knew. Agent Carolyn stood in a war room filled with screens and blinking lights. She watched the data carefully. Something is hunting us, she said quietly. Her team found strange energy readings near the lost colonies. Energy that did not match any known alien technology. Is this a new enemy? One analyst asked. Kara shook her head. No, this is something worse. It is someone inside the Alliance. At the same time, reports came from other human outposts. Ships vanished without a trace. People disappeared in the night. Sometimes only a single message was left behind. They are coming for us. Kara's team worked non-stop. They found evidence of sabotage, spies, and betrayal. Earth's leaders grew nervous. We cannot trust anyone, the president said. We must prepare for the worst. On the dark side of the moon, secret bunkers filled with weapons and soldiers were ready. The world's biggest fleets were quietly built. Earth was no longer a peaceful planet. One night, Kara received a mysterious call. A voice whispered, "The Alliance fears what you can do. They want to erase you." The voice hung up before she could ask more. Back on Virex, a lone survivor of the colony wandered the empty streets. His face was pale, his eyes wide with fear. He had seen the attackers. They were not aliens from other planets. They were aliens from the Alliance. Disguised, the truth was clear. The Alliance had turned against humanity. Earth was alone, and soon the disappeared would become many. Kara stared at the stars. The peaceful future was gone. Only war remained. The night was dark and silent when the human Black Ops team landed on the planet Dravon. This mission was different from all others. It was secret, dangerous. No one knew what the team would find, and fewer believed they would come back. Captain Amir led the team. His eyes were sharp, his mind focused. They had one goal: find out what the Alliance was hiding and stop it. As they moved through the thick, dark forest, the air felt heavy. Strange sounds echoed around them, but no signs of life. The planet was quiet, too quiet. Suddenly, their radios crackled. "Enemy forces detected," whispered a voice. They crouched low, weapons ready. Out of the shadows, alien soldiers appeared. Not Solari, but a new enemy, fierce and cruel. The battle started. The humans fought with everything they had. They were outnumbered, but not outmatched. Years of training and tough missions made them strong. Captain Amir moved with purpose. He knew the importance of this fight. They couldn't fail. The battle was long and brutal. When the dust settled, the Black Ops team was still standing. They found what no one expected: a warlord from the Alliance's secret forces, captured and wounded. He was the key to the attack on human colonies. Amir looked at him coldly. "You planned this. You betrayed us." The warlord smirked. "Humans think they are friends, but you are just pawns." The team brought the warlord back to Earth. His capture was proof the Alliance was against them. Earth's leaders faced a difficult choice. Should they declare war, or try one last time to find peace? Agent Kara Lynn stood before the council. "We have proof," she said firmly. "They lied to us. They attacked our people. This is no accident." The room fell silent. No one disagreed. The president of Earth made a strong decision. "We will protect our own." She ordered the secret fleets to prepare. Warships were armed, crews trained. The peaceful days were over. In the dark halls of the Alliance, panic spread. The humans fought back faster than expected. Their weapons were sharper. Their minds were sharper. The galaxy had underestimated humanity. Captain Amir stood on the deck of the flagship. He looked at the stars. "The time for hiding is over," he said. "Now, we fight." Earth had drawn first blood. The war had begun. The war had started. Earth was no longer a quiet planet. The skies were filled with the sounds of engines, weapons, and alarms. Captain Amir stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute. Outside, stars flew past in streaks as the ship raced toward the enemy. "We have a new target," the communications officer said. "An Alliance base on the edge of the Orion sector," she added. Amir's eyes narrowed. "This is where they hide their secrets." Inside the base, the Solari leaders gathered in a dark room. "We underestimated humans," one said. "They grow stronger every day." Another nodded. "It is time to strike back." Plans were made quietly. No one on Earth would see it coming. Back on Earth, Agent Kara Lynn worked around the clock. Her team uncovered spies in high places, aliens disguised as humans, and humans working for the enemy. "We cannot trust anyone," she warned. "We must be careful. The shadows are everywhere." Meanwhile, in deep space, the battle began. The Resolute led the human fleet against the Alliance's outpost. Laser fire lit the darkness. Explosions shook the ships. Human and alien fighters fought fiercely. Amir's ship dodged enemy fire, striking back with precision. On board the enemy base, chaos grew. The humans were stronger than expected. Their courage surprised the Silari. But the Silari had tricks, hidden weapons, traps, and deadly machines. The fight was brutal. On Earth, families watched the news with fear. The war was no longer far away. It was here. The president spoke on every channel. "We fight for our home. We fight for our future." We will never give up. During the battle, Kara received a secret message. It was a warning from a mysterious source. The Solari have a weapon. It can destroy worlds. Find it before it's too late. Kara's heart raced. If the weapon was real, Earth might lose everything. Captain Amir made a bold decision. We must find this weapon first, he said. The fleet changed course toward a hidden planet, a place no one dared to go. Dark clouds covered the sky. Strange storms raged. It was a dangerous place, but it held hope. As the Resolute entered the planet's orbit, Amir looked at the stars again. This war is not over. It has only just begun. The planet was dark and full of danger. Captain Amir's fleet hovered above the thick clouds of Zalor, the hidden world where the Solari kept their secret weapon. No one on Earth knew what awaited them below. Amir looked at the glowing screens in the command room. We must find the weapon before they do, he said. Agent Kara Lynn led a team of elite soldiers to the surface. The air was heavy and hard to breathe. The ground shook with strange energy. They moved carefully through dense forests filled with strange plants and silent threats. Deep underground, in a secret facility, the Solari leaders watched the humans approach. This weapon will end the war, said the leader. It will destroy Earth if we must, he smiled coldly. Kara's team found the entrance to the facility, but it was protected by powerful shields and traps. They had to fight through waves of enemy soldiers and robots. Each step was dangerous. Captain Amir coordinated the attack from orbit. Hold the line, he ordered. Protect the team on the ground. The battle was fierce. Explosions shook the planet's surface. Inside the facility, Kara discovered the weapon. It was a huge machine, glowing with terrible power, a super weapon designed to destroy planets. She knew Earth had to stop it, no matter the cost. Suddenly, alarms blared. Solari soldiers surrounded Kara's team. The fight was desperate. Kara's team was outnumbered but fought bravely. Captain Amir led a squad to break through the enemy lines. They arrived just in time to help Kara's team escape. Together, they destroyed the weapon's power source. The facility began to collapse. As they escaped, the ground shook violently. The hidden world of Zalor started to fall apart. Amir's fleet rushed to pick up the survivors. Back on the flagship, Kara looked at the destroyed weapon's remains. We stopped them this time, she said. But the war is far from over, Amir nodded. We have shown them we will never give up. Earth cheered for their heroes, but in the shadows, the Solari prepared new plans. The war was not finished. It had only grown darker. The war had changed everything. Earth was no longer the quiet planet it once was. The people had seen the enemy's true face. They had felt the pain of betrayal, but they were stronger now. Captain Amir stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute. The stars stretched out before him like a battlefield. This is our moment, he said. We will show the galaxy what humanity can do. Agent Kara Lynn stood beside him. Her eyes were tired but determined. We fight not just for Earth, she said, but for every soul who believed in peace. The human fleet moved fast. They struck deep into enemy space. Surprise and speed became their weapons. Every battle was fierce and quick. The Solari were shocked. They had never seen such courage and strength. On the front lines, soldiers fought with everything they had. They knew the stakes. They knew Earth was their home, and they would never let it fall. Back on Earth, the people waited and prayed. Every victory gave them hope. Every loss made them stronger. The president spoke to the world. Humanity will not be broken. We will fight with fire and heart. In a final massive battle near the Solari homeworld, the two fleets met. Lasers lit the sky. Ships exploded in fire. The war's end was near. Captain Amir led the charge. With Kara's help, they destroyed the enemy's command ship. The Solari fleet began to retreat. The war was over. Earth had won, but the cost was high. Captain Amir looked at the stars one last time. We have shown the galaxy our wrath. We have shown them humanity's true power. Agent Kara smiled softly. We fought for peace, but we were ready for war. Humanity stood tall, no longer the hidden species. Now, the strongest force in the galaxy. The night sky above Earth was calm. Stars blinked like little eyes, watching the planet below. But far beyond those stars, something was screaming. Inside the Earth Space Listening Station, hidden deep in the mountains of Alaska, technician Sarah Collins sat in silence. The cold air outside couldn't reach her, but a strange chill crawled up her spine anyway. She had been listening to space signals for years. Most of the time, it was just noise, static, echoes from dead satellites. But tonight was different. Her computer buzzed. A strange signal was coming in. Broken, weak, faint, like someone crying from 1,000 light years away. Sarah leaned closer. Her eyes narrowed. This wasn't normal. The sound came in patterns, like code. She quickly called the chief operator. "Sir, you need to hear this." Within minutes, the control room filled with scientists and military officers. Everyone listened. In silence, the signal repeated, a soft, shaking voice. "Alien, help us. Please, we are dying." The room went cold. "It's real," someone whispered. "Where is it coming from?" asked General Marcus Hayes. Sarah pointed to the screen. "Sector 19, near the edge of the galaxy. Too far for any normal transmission." "But close enough for a distress call," said the general. "That's not just a whisper, that's a scream." The scientists worked fast. They cleaned the signal, removed the noise, and found more words hidden inside. Enemy unstoppable, weapons useless, survivors fleeing, extinction. That last word hit everyone hard. The aliens didn't just want help, they were warning us. In Washington, Earth's leaders gathered in a secret meeting. Holograms showed the alien fleet, burning, broken, running. Ships with designs no human had ever seen. Some were the size of cities. Others looked like they had been eaten from the inside. President Elena Royce sat in silence. "Do we know who they are?" "No," said General Hayes. "But they were powerful. Their ships carried weapons more advanced than anything we've ever seen." "And now they're losing," added the science minister, "to something we've never encountered." Silence again. "What if it comes here?" someone asked. President Royce stood. "Then we must decide, do we answer their call or pretend we never heard it?" At the same time, deep in space, a small alien craft floated among the wreckage. Its name was the Starfall, the last of the Threnak Armada. Inside, Commander Jarnak pressed a bloody hand to his chest. He coughed, metal cracking beneath him. His crew was dead. His ship was dying. But the signal had gone out. He had made sure of it. He stared at the glowing star outside the window. "Humans," he whispered. "Please, don't be like the others." Suddenly, movement. A dark shape appeared on his screen. His eyes widened in horror. "No! No! Not again!" And then, silence. Back on Earth, news of the alien distress call leaked. Some people panicked, others cheered. Proof of alien life, but also proof that something worse was out there. Social media exploded with theories. It's a trap. What kind of enemy beats an armada like that? Should we help them or hide? In a secret base under the Rocky Mountains, Earth's Defense Council voted. Said yes. Said no. The answer was clear. Humanity would respond, but not with peace. At the United Earth Space Command, Admiral Jonah Briggs stood before the fleet. His voice was calm but cold. "For years we wondered if we were alone. Now we know, and now they're calling for help." He looked across the room. Soldiers, scientists, pilots, all watching him. But we don't know what's out there. We don't know who they're fighting, or if we're already next. He paused. "So we won't just send a rescue. We'll send a message." He turned toward the massive screen behind him. The words appeared in red, Operation Black Shield, status. Active Admiral Briggs spoke again. If this enemy comes to Earth, they won't find kindness. They'll find fire and steel. The room stood in silence. The war had already begun. The human ship Vanguard 1 moved silently through the cold black of space. Its engines hummed low, and inside the crew held their breath. Captain Ryan Maddox stared at the screen in front of him. There were no stars now, just wreckage. Metal twisted. Like bones, burnt remains of alien ships floated in silence, spinning slowly in zero gravity. This was what was left of the Threnak fleet, and it was terrifying. "Scan everything," Maddox said. His voice was calm, but his fingers were shaking. "Lieutenant," Harris zoomed in on the wreckage. "Sir, these ships were massive, some over 5 kilometers long, but something tore through them like paper. They saw marks, deep cuts across the metal, burn holes, and some ships had vanished entirely, only pieces remained. Others looked like they had exploded from the inside." "What kind of weapon does this?" whispered the lieutenant. Nobody answered. The Vanguard slowly moved forward, careful not to touch any debris. Suddenly, the radar beeped. "Sir, we found a survivor. One life sign, very weak." "Get a team ready," Maddox said. "We bring them in now." The survivor was barely alive. They brought the alien to the medical bay. Its body was thin and covered in pale blue armor, cracked and burned. Its skin looked dry, almost stone-like. A long wound ran across its chest. The alien opened its eyes slowly. "I am Jarnak of the Threnak." Captain Maddox stepped closer. "You sent the signal." Jarnak nodded weakly. "We thought your kind might listen." "What happened to your fleet?" Jarnak looked at him. His eyes were dark and tired. "We were proud. We were many. Our empire spread across galaxies. But we made a mistake." He coughed, blood spilling from his mouth. "We found them." "Who?" Maddox asked. Jarnak closed his eyes. "They have no name, only hunger. Machines, but alive. They infect metal. Turn your ships into their bodies, you fight them, and they learn, they grow." The room was silent. Jarnak's voice dropped to a whisper. "They do not want to conquer. They want to erase." Captain Maddox leaned in. "Where are they now?" Jarnak pointed to a map on the screen. His finger trembled. "They chased us to the system of Zeralon. We made our last stand there, a planet full of refugees. Our children, our future." He shook his head. "They did not care. They burned it all." Maddox gave the order to approach Zeralon. They had to see it with their own eyes. Hours later, they arrived. Everyone on the bridge fell silent. Zeralon was gone. Where once was a planet, now there was only dust. Fragments of mountains, broken pieces of cities floating in the void. It was like the world had been shattered into ash. No bodies, no heat, no signs of life, just nothing. "This wasn't a war," said Lieutenant Harris quietly. "This was execution." Maddox turned to the crew. "Record everything. Earth must see what we're facing." Later, Maddox sat alone in his quarters, watching the footage again. He looked at the stars and wondered, what if Earth is next? A knock on the door. It was Jarnak, weak, but walking. "You came to see?" "And now you know," he said. "Why did you call us?" Maddox asked. "Why humans?" Jarnak looked at him. "Because you're new, untested, not yet broken. We hoped maybe your fire still burns." Captain Maddox said nothing, but deep inside, a thought burned in his mind like a slow fuse. If this enemy reached Earth, it wouldn't find victims. It would find something else, something worse. Back on Earth, Admiral Briggs received the transmission. He watched the footage. The destroyed fleet, the broken planet, the survivor's warning. He didn't speak for a long time. Then he turned to his command team. "Prepare the fleet. Contact every major nation. Humanity doesn't run. He stared at the stars. If they want to erase us, we'll write our name in fire.